Louis Smith, if you'll lead us in a brief prayer.
Well, Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for allowing us this opportunity to come together to the City Canton Board meeting. Father God, we pray that business will go as business should go, that you will bless each and every one here, Father, and that we all give you the glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Alderman Marquis Blunt.
Present.
Okay. Alderman Rodriguez Brown. Alderman Fred Esco.
Present.
Alderwoman Mon Gilkey.
Present.
Alderman Les Penn. Alderman Tim Taylor.
Present.
Alderman Lafayette Wells.
Present.
We have a quorum of 5. With that being said, the mayor hereby calls for an adoption of the agenda.
Now I can make a motion that we adopt the agenda.
Do we have a second? Who did second?
I'll second it, Mayor.
All in favor?
Well,
Shouldn't say aye.
Blunt. Esquire. Guilty name.
Motion carried. The mayor hereby calls for approval of the claims/contractual claims docket.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
have a second with an unread.
There's a second and that is for Alderman Webb.
Mr. Mayor, on the, claim docket under the, police department, do we know how many vehicles of service that, Delta Marshall for that, those 2 invoices total $70,316.11?
Must have been 45.
Those were, 8, those are 8 invoices per line. So for the $2,692.84, that was 8 invoices. And for the $4,623.27, that was another 8 invoices. So that's a combined invoice.
So it was 8 vehicles,
Yes,
So
and on another one, it was another 8.
yes.
So that's 16
There's
vehicles.
16 different services for vehicles.
And the total,
16 different services for your vehicle, so 8 for the one and 8 for the next.
and one of them was 4,000, the other one was what?
No, not one vehicle, there were.
No, one bundle package.
Yes. And the
Was
other
4,000, another one was what?
$2,692.84.
So did they break it out like that? I don't see that invoice.
All right, we
Yeah,
want
I
to see
will-
the
Yeah.
invoice.
See what they did with the invoices.
I didn't know what they did.
Yeah, that's honestly, yeah.
They put air in the tire.
And,
They didn't check the wall.
yeah. And the other, item is the, purchasing of, Halloween candy, under police report. You could ask our attorney about this, she's always made statements about purchasing candies and stuff. So,
And what, for what now?
for the, for Halloween,
Oh, this follows the 31st?
yeah,
Okay.
how can we do that and be legal?
And that,
It should be a resolution, if it's for a parade on the wheels, it should be like a resolution form declaring the event as a city holiday, and running a conservation ordinance, and you can do a minimal amount for just advertise your town.
Okay.
But we need to do some kind of resolution and achievement.
Okay, so do we need to, well,
the resolution to legitimate it.
yeah, because it's already, apparently it's already been purchased, attorney.
What's been purchased?
Oh, okay.
So, like I said,
So who purchased it?
I don't know, clerk have to tell us. Plus we also, requesting on the, Orion Trading Company, who purchased, those particular candidates.
It's on the police.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, it was the police department.
What's that, the Delta Monthly?
No, it's the candidate.
Oh, they purchased the
Does the
candidate?
police department take purchase on corporate?
Yeah, I thought about
Parks and Rec purchased breast cancer awareness material for the event on October 12th. Here are the invoices.
Okay.
Right, I ain't putting no can.
Yeah, that's police
We didn't
department.
purchase any candidate?
No, not yet, no, sir.
Yeah, you said I put that on him.
No, sir, not the guy.
He follow all the guidelines. Okay, that's.
This is the chief police.
He follows it. Yeah, that's chief of police there.
Yeah, this is a bunch of Halloween candy. 3,000 people.
3,
And the total came to what?
538.95.
538. One package in there. I'm looking at, 3,000 pieces of bulk candy assortment. 169.98, is that unit?
I guess that was one bag. I think.
3,000 bulk candy assortment, 169.98. Yeah, 169.98. 149.99 and 169.98. Oh, it came to the total of
Right.
538.
Right, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it is 16 vehicles, man.
Huh?
It is 16 vehicles.
Yeah, so what needs to be examined on those 16 vehicles, this is what I suggest, all of them, is that you take a look at, we asked Joe Davis to take us through what was done. And if this is a reasonable, if this is a reasonable charge, for this type of service. And right now, we don't know that. They're probably overcharging us because we're a municipality. Or what would the same type of service cost elsewhere?
Right.
And that's what we don't know.
Okay. Yeah, yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, well, the point of the matter is that we have a bill
Right.
and we have to pay it,
Right, yes, sir.
but we need to develop some kind of policy as it relates to this kind of spending when it comes to these vehicles.
Okay.
Because this outsourcing for these vehicles is killing.
Yes, yes, sir.
I mean, every department has the freedom to outsource repair. Okay,
Mayor, if I may.
All right.
yes, ma'am.
I was, it is noted as oil changes broke. Do we have 16 cars? That's operation. That big.
Yeah.
Well,
Then there's another one down here for brake repair from the same company.
I need one. What is it? Oh, that's the candy oil.
And my other question is on public works. Cintas uniform, we have invoices dated back to June
June of what year?
this year, and we were under the impression that all of our bills were current. But there's something on here from June 11th, June 18th, June 25th, July, the two on here for July the 19th, I'm sorry, July 9th, one for September 24th.
Last time we said they were current.
Coming in, Donna.
Yeah.
But this is the deal.
Yeah, they,
I want to go back to the cars. First of all, we the governing authority don't know what cars these are. You know, we don't know if grandmama's car is a part of the y'all think I'm kidding. You don't know if grandmama's
I
car
have them listed, but
is a part of this 16 under the cover of a city car, because all Delta Muffler does is repair cars. And so this is a teaching lesson that we've got to get control of these outsourced expenditures. You know, and if it's a practice that we're going to continue, you know, they put, before you can get into the party, they put a band on your wrist before you can get in. We need to have some type of market type system before you can actually take these cars for repair. So we will know that, yeah, this car has been approved for repair. What the department heads are doing, they just stuff breaks down and they just do what it is that we've been doing for the last 40 years. Go and have it repaired without regard to the cost. No one had any kind of an idea as to what this cost was going to be and actually didn't care. That's the problem. And you get these bills like this repetitively because there's the impression that there's money in the bank somewhere. So somebody needs to make a note, and you need to make a note, that we need to take a serious look at outsourced repair and what is that process. And why don't they tell you what it's gonna cost before they finish it?
Because we're not asking. That's why they're not telling. We don't ask, we just take it in the city this bill. That's the problem. Everybody doing their own thing.
What I missed.
We look at our contract, because what I found from Mr. Coker last week, this Centos business for us to clean everything.
Right.
We get charged for the employee brings it back to be cleaned again, because that's what the contract is set up. So what you're seeing is cleaning bills, but they're actually not cleaning anything.
What are they doing?
It's in our contract, so they're gonna bill us anyway,
I'm gonna send away for what?
for cleaning the uniforms. But they're actually not bringing them back to be cleaned, they're cleaning themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, the employees are cleaning themselves.
They're washing
Well,
out.
you need to break that contract
We
then.
need to break that country. Those Centos, they're not for you, new uniform. That's just a clean.
Good observation.
Okay,
That makes sense.
yeah, whether you wear out
Bring it in on a
now,
daily basis or not.
You
it's
still gonna
still-
pay.
you're gonna pay.
Okay.
I got rid of that job once, I don't know.
It's a bad deal.
Real bad.
All right,
Every
yeah.
time I see them, it's like,
Because I thought they were
It
bringing
may-
in
yeah.
and charging.
Yeah, that's how ours is gonna work. Whatever
If
whatever
whatever-
we turn in with our names attached to our employee ID number attached to it, that's what they charge for and bring it back, so it's not this clean.
so whenever y'all see Centos, that's just a cleaning that ain't been done.
All right.
Let me get it, yeah.
We need to make a note of the whole building job so we can get it understanding. How these bills are generated. I think you just alluded to the fact as to how they're generated. You say they're charging us monthly, whether they actually do physical cleaning or not.
Correct.
And that's insane. Are there any other questions as it relates to comments before we move on, as it relates to outsourced vehicular repair and Centos?
It certainly should definitely.
Because they have to be addressed.
It should be up to date now, because with the Centos, it shouldn't be having those late bills.
That's correct, and, yes, I've spoken with Public Works about why they sit. You know, you see them, I'm not sure what's going on, but they would sit.
For them to what?
Bills will
They're
sit.
obviously receiving them and holding them instead of going ahead and processing them.
Who's holding?
Public Works code. that's why you see those late ones on there, they received the bill and why, and I'm gonna put on there exactly the date of the bill, not the date that I received it, because we need to know,
Did they just?
right, that's when the 45 days start, and
Yeah.
then, so, I'm not, I don't know why, it's not processed as they were received.
But this gets back to the fact as to how we purchase and how we pay bills. And so what we have in our system, we have a system in which each department head purchases, is that right? Each department head purchases. And each department head, I don't know if each department head knows when the bill is paid. It's paid here, when it gets here, when each department head purchases its products. Thanks. And so what I'm saying is that we have to take a relook at purchasing. Because in some places, there's what's known as collective purchasing or central purchasing. It's just one person who purchases for everybody. But, you know, we don't have that here. I think Lindsay is, what is she? She was the purchasing agent in Madison, or she is the city clerk. Or whatever, so we need to look at another purchasing practice that has policies and procedures and structure to it. Because as it stands right now, we don't have that. So make that note so we can address purchasing practices. Is there anything else on the well?
No.
Okay. So what are we voting on?
The claims docket.
Who made the motion?
On the tail.
Who made the second?
Probably.
He hadn't been ready to come to that, so it's been limited. All in favor?
It's in favor.
Well,
Guilty name.
Blunt eye.
Is all in this going on?
Yes, he's there. Oh, let's go.
Did he disappear?
Yes, I move forward.
Motion carried. We have presenters here today. I see we have Reverend David standing usually, and there was some confusion as it relates to Ms. Yao, and so she is here. So I would ask the board if they would just put her on the recommended presentation. Or we can just ask her if you want.
we will, I'll make a motion to add it to this agenda.
There is a motion by Alderman Will to add her to the agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Well done.
It's in favor.
Blunt eye.
That all in this vote?
Not yet.
Must be over.
Let's go.
Yes, I support.
Motion carried. The first presenter here is Mr. Adam Davis.
I'd like to say good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Greg.
On yesterday, you should have had in your package, the events for the Parks and Recreation, and in your package, you should have received the activity that's gonna take place in the multipurpose complex. On today, I need to get a board approval to do an application of credit with Rebel Supply. That's a vendor that, we're trying to make sure I have supplies for, edging the streets and things of that nature, and that's just another vendor to have on hand, get the clerk to apply for this credit application, I board approval for that.
Bro, to do a credit application?
Yes, I'm with Rebel Yes, sir.
Was it Rebel?
Yes, sir, huh?
Who's Rebel?
There's a company that sells, equipment, for weed eaters and things of that nature.
Selling equipment for
Weed eaters,
weed eaters.
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
They're located in Canton.
No, they don't put it in, Brandon.
Okay, they need a credit application.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So we can't get a credit card with a Lowe's or off Home Depot?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
I
more of
have,
a national company.
I have,
Why would we rather not use a local company?
I'm sorry.
I know, but that's why he's wanting to use a local company instead of a big box store.
Yeah, but Brandon is not local.
Well, Rebel is a Central Mississippi company. They're around all over Central Mississippi. Rebel Ace Hardware.
who's that,
Rebel Ace Hardware.
You said rebel.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know one in Pearl, but I thought, okay, that's fine for me. I just thought it'd be better to get a credit card with a.
and you're correct, it is better to get a credit card. Why can't we get a credit card?
Because the big box stores, they don't sell, steel and, good commercial grade
Okay.
stuff like
Is that
that.
off?
Yeah, off brand.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what you're asking for, right?
Credit
For the credit
application.
application to get, okay, I got it.
And you need approval.
Yes, I need approval for her to, send the credit application in, so we can purchase it.
Okay, I do have a motion.
Well, I'm trying to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Because they do be, authorized, user on that.
Credit application?
Uh,
Myself, Dina Moore, that's basically,
Okay.
that's a credit gap. Or if, there's, the fire department wanna get something, because they're all gonna take POs, so it's gonna still go through a
Oh,
PO system, it's just more like, it's just an opportunity for us to have another vendor that's, after Scott Penn has left, we're just trying to have someone that's competitive. So when we do, they on state contract doing things also.
Okay.
I think, I see them using Canton Public School, they are, but we did not have a credit application with it, I think we told me that.
All right.
Next, I have on my agenda, to, ask board approval to, host a, trunk or treat at the community center, on October 31st.
I thought it said Trump.
The action said truck.
Trunk.
Oh, Trump.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
And I will pass around some pictures to you guys on, I split it up. There are some equipment over at the Public Works Department that needs to be surplus. You can look at some of the, after doing an assessment and trying to get it to where we need to be at. I don't know, have it been surplus, or it needs to be either, demolished, surplus, or something of that nature in order to just go forward to, in the direction we're headed in. I'm just asking board's approval to,
You want to surplus it?
just so you have an old, some old trucks, you have some old, patching machine that's over there. There's a lot of equipment that's in there just not used. Tires, and, you got enough tires in the back there to start up. Yeah, but that's,
But let me ask you a question.
that's,
Inventory, what it is you want to surplus?
I'm sorry, sir.
Do you have an inventory, what it is you want to surplus?
Oh, yes, sir, those are the, trucks I don't have the serial number and things of that
No,
nature.
I don't mean sure you know, I mean just inventory. What it is you want to surplus?
Vehicles, the old patch machine,
Okay.
and there's a cutter, and just some things over there, some lawnmowers, there's some Kubota lawnmowers, it's basically in the,
Yeah, what I'm saying is that we have to spread across our minutes, to give you authority to surplus.
okay,
So you just can't say surplus.
lawnmowers, okay, I give you a better description on that.
Yeah.
Well,
One lawnmower, two lawnmowers,
Well, yeah.
tractor, chicken pen, whatever. Yeah, that's all we're saying.
So you.
We don't have to get that number to vote, we can get it from you as well, we voted on, I would imagine.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Can we get Mr. Copeland to discuss this? Yeah.
I just, we're talking about some things, it's not usable, so we just basically, I talked to Mr. Garrett about all the things that they had over there, just basically trying to, move forward with.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. So what are the companies doing with these tires?
Well, due to the fact
Something
of,
else?
they were picking tires up, a few years ago, when Mr. Garrett tried to get that grant to take tires and to throw them away.
Yes, sir.
For the work of taking tires and trying to put them behind their facility out there, we picked about half that in the other day. That's part of my presentation also too. We need to get the camera, I wanna get some signs that before you dump, do you see the camera? Because we're seeing tire matches on Covington Street, Jewel Williams Street, every week we're picking up constantly, between 50 to 60 tires, around now, my guys, so when we do a cleanup on a Monday. And
Maybe
they
you
used
should mention, Dr. Anderson, what it is you need as it relates to the,
cameras.
yeah, whatever you said.
Yes, I want to be able to get some
Camera and
cameras.
the sign.
There's cameras and some signs say, before you dump, do you see this camera? Some kind of sign saying that, because
Right.
we are in a position now, Mayor, every week, we are constantly getting tires after tires after tires, matches after matches after matches. And it consumes a lot of time trying to accomplish this goal that we
I mean, that's a great idea.
And so basically, just put some signs through the city, stating that, before you litter, do you see the camera?
Okay.
That's one concept there.
Mayor, if I may,
Yes, sir.
with that suggestion, the signage for dumping, do you think it would be feasible to also put, advertise what the fine may be for dumping?
Sir.
Or do you think it would be feasible to also advertise what the fine
Yes.
may be
Yes, right.
for dumping? And this could work as a deterrent as we go forward. Good idea, but we gotta put a little heat to it too.
What's your suggested fine?
I think $500 for throwing trash on the side of the highway, so we shouldn't be no lower than that.
Yeah.
But you
Because-
Do we not already have a, associated?
Well, we may have an ordinance that states, feature, I don't know, but, I think. Yes, the ordinance needs to be, rectified in order to be, but this is just something I'm suggesting to you guys.
That's good suggestion.
What's the suggestion?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to have the ordinance ready by the next.
Because
meeting.
all dark street where the lights, the visible is lighted, we're constantly talking about every week, it's just a known fact to travel down one of those streets and see tires and mattresses, and we just get, more or less, just trying to stay on top of, trying to enhance where we are.
Because on a continuous basis, I know the city of Jackson has a lot of issues, no doubt, but they're nailing people who are dumping. And they're putting them in the news, and I think they're found guilty.
They are.
Yeah, and it's associated like what they do with back child support, they walk you right across the street in jail, in handcuffs. So they put you on display, and it puts you in a hall of shame, and I doubt you'll do it again for a few of you. And being drunk and not speaking English is not it's not an excuse, so, yeah. I mean, they're working it. I think, yeah, we put a good fine associated with it, it will, it'll be a great deterrent, yeah.
Next, I have the city is have a agreement with Enterprise, and due to the fact I had actually gotten, I put in my budget also, to try to obtain a vehicle, a dump truck, due to the fact, when guys who have CDL license. This is a small size truck. This truck should be able to help minimize, put on a trailer, and due to the fact that we're constantly just picking up tires all the time, due to the fact that where we annex and just going our old Jackson Road, going out, so we need to be able to have a vehicle that we can try to limit time of riding around. That's a contract agreement on the type of truck that I'm requesting that the city purchase, or we get up on the enterprise agreement here, and that's something that we could use in the department. We took that, we got several other vehicles in public works that are out of commission, and I'm just trying to use a way of trying to improve more of this. That's a vehicle that Alderman Taylor have, and the
Oh, you submitted this last year, didn't you?
Yes, uh-huh.
Now, what's the cities are associated with this stuff?
Specifically, it has a dump bed, you put dirt, different things of that nature on, up on, some of the, in order for me to help Tony, we were able to, in front of old John Deere, we cleaned that out on, Friday. And, we was able to, and that's the type of, equipment, just save manpower, save time. And when you have to go to certain places and start and just keep from just, I think you guys have a ordinance stating that you must have CDL license, and this truck here would eliminate a person not having CDL, and just try to be more efficient on trying to move forward, doing what we need to be done.
Have you and, Mr. Gary got together on this?
We talked about that last year. We did.
Yeah, I'm talking to Mr. Davis.
Okay. Call my name, you want me to come up to?
Are you Mr. Davis? Mr. Gary?
I think we elaborated on all the table, and so to answer the question, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, now you may speak, go ahead.
Yes,
But,
sir. Yes, sir, we talked about it.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I asked if you're Mr. Gary, because I know there's a beginning and an ending process, and the ending process is that the tires will end up in the landfill anyway. So I was hoping you all would collaborate and go forth and, and persuade this board to do the right thing this year.
Well, I you know, if with all due respect, if Mr. Garrett could find that grant or it's still available about tires in our community, and we can get our code enforcement to be more strict on every vendor that owns a tire store here, to be more efficient on the number of tires on the outside. However, I don't know what's offensive, but I'm just trying to get that more effective. I'm trying to, because they're throwing tires everywhere, guys. Tires, honestly, it's one of the things that's going to, we pick them up out the, it just can't, we're not going to be able to catch up if we don't eliminate some of these tires.
Okay.
But I think, Ms. Brett, is that grant available? I think my question.
It's through MDQ, yes it is.
Uh-huh.
What did you say?
It is through the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality, and we'll touch base with them again. A year or so ago back, Miss Crowley applied for it, and it's a reimbursement grant. It involves, in some cases, they will even offer money for a vehicle, a special truck, to try to get. And when we pursued this, it was not followed through by the previous board, and so it's just something we need to look back at.
Who was the previous board?
Everybody except me and Mr. Black.
You mean you're not?
Who was the mayor, right? He said that.
But they don't tell me everything.
But to kind of rectify our tire problem, man, those are the kind of things that we need to kind of work together on, trying to because of on Jewel Williams Street, man, I think they think that's Indianapolis 500 change tire, man.
But let me ask you this, I just want to get this straight. So who's the drum major on this? Is it you? Is it someone you want to assign?
Well, the drum major on
the tire, on the tire application for the tires. Who's in charge? That's what I'm asking. Who will be in charge? And have you designated anybody?
Well,
I just don't want you to come up.
The tire falls upon the recycling, and I think landfill is a place where recycling occurs. But I basically just try to do a cleaning process, but the tire will go through the landfill, and that's basically where I am trying to.
So you're saying we're holding Mr. Garrett responsible for the grant application? That's what I'm.
Well, I think well, first of all, Mr. Garrett will come back with the grant application, then get approved from you guys if the grantee is able to, is it a match? I don't know what's the qualifications are.
It's just reimbursement. It's a reimbursement grant. We'll spend the money on tire disposal or whatever the grant applies, and then we'll submit that information, invoice and all, to the Department of Environmental Quality, and then they, in return, reimburse the city. That's not how it works. I'd be more than glad to facilitate whatever is in the status.
Well, I just want to make sure the application is done correctly. And if it
Yes.
is a consultation, Donna's here, she's available. I don't know if Carla is available or not, but the point of the matter is that I'm gonna hold you responsible, Mel,
Yes, sir.
for taking care of this.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
What about you?
Alderman Blunt?
In the meanwhile, the tires already out. What will we do with them now? The sitting already out. Cause they've been out for a while.
We picking them up.
We're picking them up and actually storing them in the same, facility where they have to be stored in a dry facility due to West Nile, so they need to be on the shed something. And that's what we're doing, pick them up, store them over there. Until, Jackson had this big fire, but they told me that they were gonna start back to taking those tires down there at that facility. The truck that we had in the shop to repair should be ready, before the end of this month. They put a new engine in, the engine did not work out, it was a new engine, and, so we just drove it home one day, we took it back, and so as soon as they get that truck up, we'll put that truck. That's one of the things about having the two backup rooms. One of them will be doing a lot of, picking up tires and carrying out the facility in Jackson.
So in the meanwhile, could we get somebody to come pick them up now? Because I think this kind of sort of the problem. The tires already out, so people just add on to them.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I
You didn't answer his question.
Yes, sir.
His question was, do you have a transfer site? He
Yes.
wants them to put somewhere else.
No, he wants to take it out the street. He wants to take it out the street. And to his question, we can get someone to pick them up. We're trying to put together this thing about the tires and stuff, because the people that are running tires home from the place where the tires are being exchanged, they're being charged a $2 per tire disposal fee. And that's what the people are supposed to do. They're supposed to leave it there. But the people say, I can save $8, so I took off for my tires.
some people charge them at home.
Yeah, and if they're changing them at home, the same thing still applies where you bought the tire from. You're supposed to
Still charging the fee.
still charge a fee. I mean, even though wherever you purchase a tire, it's kind of like white goods or mattresses. Mattresses, they deliver mattresses, they carry old mattresses back with them. But people don't know that, or they do know that somebody say, I want that mattress, and it's just set on the porch.
Okay.
Okay, then,
Go ahead, sir.
another thing, I contacted Howard Young on Jewel Williams, like 6 lights that been out for a long time. They still haven't fixed all the lights yet. And so that's a good way to dump, because it's real dark on the street.
Yeah.
Then the grass growing up real high around us, so it's just a good way
To invite that type of activity. I also spoke with Mr. Young after you told me to, and he said that they had us on the list. They were just running behind, but he did tell me they had us on the list. It's a long list, I think,
See,
and
I'll stop right there. See, that's the problem.
Right.
Mhm.
The problem is when someone tells you that, there's no follow-up. Now 3 months have passed.
Sure.
Now 4 months have passed.
Mhm.
And now the grass is tall. And so, he's gonna have to give you a better answer
Yes.
than you're on the list. Because if you're gonna be on the list for another 3 months, we're now deep into the winter. Which means that we need to find an alternative to cut that grass, because now you're talking about breeding mosquitoes.
Mhm.
You're talking about snakes. You're talking about somebody dumping a body over in that area,
That did happen.
and that did happen. And so we're not gonna wait on Mr. Young. I mean, really, it takes too long to find out that 1 and 1 equals 2. It shouldn't take that long. So your orders are to find out when he's gonna do what it is that he's supposed to do, and let me know, and I'll call it.
Yes. All right.
Alderwoman Gilman.
Mayor, since we're on this subject,
we also made reference to them changing out the lighting on the highway, on Highway 22. When I rode through the other day, it's about 10 lights out that have not been replaced. We said we're the city of lights, but the lights are dim.
And there's
They
a
are
light,
out.
right?
And the ones on Highway 22, right there, when you're coming, east over the bridge, that's where it starts at. And it's like on both sides of the street. One may be working, the next one may not be. So we need to follow up on that too, because
Yeah.
that has not been, resolved.
Can you take that data and format it, that Alderman Gilbert just shared with us? So we can put, see, we all notice.
Mayor, that's a two side of the road issue. And, you know, look, they have a public board meeting 2 times a month. Whatever our complaints are, we should be taking it to them verbally. Now, I do it, but undoubtedly, you know, it doesn't resonate with your 22. They're gonna tell you Tim Taylor comes over here and complain about it. Almost every other week. Almost every other week, it's the same thing. You're waiting, the same thing. But I think if some heat is put on them, especially people we appoint to these boards, I think they would at least give us better answers than you're on the list. But if we don't show up, nothing's gonna get done. Same thing with the school board. None of us ever go. I know you have, but we don't go. So our request will fall on deaf ears. Yeah, I'll make the request, but you know, I'm just 1/7 of the authority. So I think if we come together and designate aldermen to go, and I know other things are going on, but if we truly love what we're leading, we'll make the time to do what we need to do.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible for us to, I suppose we could either ask them, that if we ask B&B to do this, would they pay the bill? Because that's what they lean on when they have issues. They lean on B&B, you know, to back them up when it storms or whatever.
Yeah.
They get them to do a lot of their sub work. And if they don't have the manpower, to get it done, B&B, they're in the business. They send people all over whenever it's a storm. And let them pay the bill to B&B. If they don't have the manpower to get it done, let them pay B&B to get it done. I'm just making, you know.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but first of all, everything that Alderman Taylor said is indeed correct. That's number one. Number two is we've got to stop allowing these organizations, these subsidiaries, are not responding to us. It's just sort of been going on too long now. And, you know, it's kind of like, at any rate, get out of some of this thing. So I need you to reformat what Alderman Gilbert said. And also as a part of that, integrate what he said about the issue of B&B. Yes, sir, Alderman Webb.
Mr. Davis, one final question on that inventory. I would like to make sure that we get a detailed list of what's to be surplus and bring it to us and let us know how y'all come up with an assessed value of these things so we can make sure we'll know and how to advertise out to let someone know that we have these things for surplus and we're gonna have a sale on this day or whatever. So we'll know, you know, what's the value of it. That's
Okay.
You can't.
Come on,
Yeah, you gotta go on something.
Okay, I agree with you.
That's good.
Right, but because a lot of them just sitting there, man, collecting dust in a way, and in order for us to move forward or
Right.
somehow inventory and get a That's just basically something I just have.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's asking for a good guesstimation.
Okay.
As long as they make it on insurance, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe pay insurance for the lawnmowers and the trucks out, they're sending them, and shame on whoever let the truck sit there that long, and we had no knowledge of, we should have that.
Next.
Period.
That's it. Next, the multipurpose complex, as you guys may know, is leaking. In order to make a transition to somewhere that where it's leaking at, it's leak on the computer or your desk and things of that nature. In the office, the foyer, the control room, the banquet room, we have leaks.
It's leaking all of those sides.
Yes, sir. And in order for us to get to where you guys desire for us to get to, we need to get the roof fixed. I think we've been trying to get the roof fixed for the last
4 years.
I think, yeah, it's been through a lot, okay, but in order to keep the mold,
Let me ask you a question.
to keep the Thermite Hall from occurring, you know, we
What's the
make a
cost?
decision. I think I have given you
I know
guys,
you have, yes,
I
yes.
don't have it with me right now, but I want you guys to go and make a decision on that.
Anybody remember?
Yeah.
So that's what we're with that now. That's a metal roof.
Yeah, it was, yeah, it was $700.
Yeah, I'm trying to, we might need to get a grant for that.
And next, guys, we're in a position to, as I said to you earlier, I also gave you the information on the cost for an air conditioning at the community center. The community center will have an event that's gonna take place in November. And we need to get that taken care of also too, due to the fact of, we need to change the site for the voting thing, because they constantly on the voting training at the first complex. And I'm just asking, can we go ahead and get that, those sites, let's call me to get that taken care of.
Are you trying to get an air conditioning system for November the 5th?
Well, yes, sir, I've been trying for the last 2 months, trying to get that taken care of.
So is that the system that's just right in front of the stage?
Yes, sir, that takes care of the auditorium.
So you're not asking for central air, you asking for window air conditioning?
No, sir, no, sir.
I just asked.
No, sir, it's a unit on the top. It's a
Unit that goes on top?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
This unit has a heater and, air conditioning.
And the cost of that is what?
I think that was like $18,000.
Oh, okay, Lafayette got 18,000.
Well, make sure you,
Did you have more than one bid?
Well, it's like, I've given you all that information, I'm just trying to get you guys, do some action on it, and, because and it's just like the web page, just a couple of things, Mr. David, right, we're trying to get upgraded.
So what I'm trying to understand is what's the next step in response to his request? Do we issue bids for the repair?
Well,
Do you have an air conditioning?
Well, I had gotten, three, I give you guys 3 quotes on.
Three different
Three different, yes, sir, 3 different quotes to obtain, getting having to fix up the community center.
Okay, so we just need to choose one.
Well, y'all can make a
Is it
decision.
service, all service, or is it commodities too? Like the quote, I haven't seen them, but the quotes all service or they commodity too?
Well, it's to replace the unit at the Canton, community center.
Heating and cooling.
Heating and cooling, yes,
And with maintenance.
with maintenance, warranties and everything is included in the,
The warranty.
yes, sir.
How long is it?
I haven't.
5 years, 10 years?
It's 5 years on the compressor, something like 1 year for something else, but
Okay.
so I have to look back and see the direct. I just need you guys to put it on the agenda, look back at the paperwork. You said y'all want to take, give it to you guys, and I just basically make a decision on.
Yeah, we need to respond to it, so all right. She said we'll put it on the agenda of October 15th.
Okay, then. Well, thank you guys, y'all have a nice day.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, man.
Okay.
Appreciate you love day.
Might need to do it before then.
No, we need that.
We need
Yeah,
the
we're
air
gonna need
conditioner
to go
before
in.
then.
Yeah,
we need to make those funds available like now.
today,
Yeah. in order for
Today.
them to get that
Yeah.
done.
So that, they can get it done,
yeah.
take it out of the opera fund.
The issue will be how you purchase it, whether it's commodities or service, or are we declaring emergency, or, I
It's
think
a-
that's gonna be the issue.
We can do a declaration of emergency.
Oh, yeah.
That would be easy,
That, I mean, it has to be then, yeah, that, but depends on the fund, I mean,
I'll say,
the federal funds and then we get one of the state funds and then,
yeah.
That's what's good to hear today. Yeah. Who's a little bit,
So I have you every one of y'all, I don't have.
I know what you've
Same
done.
for today, so
We ain't getting no, we're gonna vote on this.
One person at a time, that's the time, dog. All right, now, what's your question?
do you have access to where you can print us out the bids real quick so we can advertise them and make a, conscious decision,
Yeah.
informed decision and
Like,
go
what's
with
your
it?
computer, I can do that.
Okay, that'll be fantastic. Thank you.
Now, what's your question?
That's it.
Well, you might say.
Mine was the same with her.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, George.
When I didn't work for Kamala Harris. But yeah. We got somebody else.
You got to take a vote, but I said,
Oh, I'm sorry.
let's wait,
Get the vote.
get the acquisition, we do all of it. You know,
Oh, okay.
You got several things.
Well, we can go. Oh, that's right, Stan is here.
Yes.
Good afternoon, I'll be
Yeah, we asked you,
Alderman Taylor asked me to come give an update on the Joe Bridges project, an update on the housing authority activities. Joe Bridges, we're still in the process of working through that. We're a little bit behind schedule. Still trying to get the rest of our funding, so everything has to go through HUD, Housing and Urban Development. We requested an extension on yesterday on our financing plan, to get our financing plan all in order. One of our biggest hurdles is going to be getting residents out. Once we do get approval, trying to get everybody relocated, that's going to be a nightmare, but we'll work through it. Right now, we're working through the Department of Archives, so we got still those issues we're fighting, whether or not we can just put a placard versus leaving the buildings up. So they put a new building, and you got the old buildings up, let it go. And then the question becomes, what are you gonna do with the old buildings? Are you gonna make them a museum or somebody live in them? Then you got, why can't I stay in the new building? Why I gotta stay in the old buildings? Then they're not going to do a lot of work till they want to look like the original format. So because they're gonna be historical buildings. We're requesting to do a placard where we can just sort of plaque it there, state what this site represents historically. That way we can go on with our buildings. Got it? You asked what the housing authority was doing. Right now, we're in the process of, through our nonprofit, finishing the Addison project, which is the Canton and Rural Estates development. We've got approval for $1.9 million to finish those final 32 units over there. We're in the process of getting documents and stuff over to them to close the loans. And once we get those loans closed, the contractor should be starting hopefully next week. We'll get that finished over there at the end of that site. So we should have that wrapped up. Currently on the forefront is the gate that area, so we will control the access and egress to the property. So you have to have a gate code to get into the property. And we will have a license plate readers to read everybody comes in, everybody goes out.
Great.
So that way if anything happens, we know who came in, we know who went out.
Great.
Now, whose water that is?
9, 4, 6.
That's 4-6.
It's 4, 6.
So, and then, we're in the process, we've gotten a management company, we have a management company that's managing the property. So we met with them and asked them, you know, we're looking at maybe possibly canceling that contract. However, we asked them to be a little bit more stronger on the management, because we want to control the activities on there, how it looks. We don't want any junk cars, working on cars, I mean, we don't need that. It needs to on today, and I want to kind of share it with the city clerk earlier today. We're working to try to eliminate this, or do what we can do to eliminate our issue that it relates to the longshoreman strike. I'm giving you an update. We're working on that now. I don't know if the city made plans, but we're ready to get all our supplies because we feel like it's going to be a shortage. I just heard they had police crowd control down at Sam's. It was convergence on all the commodities down there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an issue down the road. We need to get ahead of it. That's what we're working on right now to make sure our people have the stoves, the refrigerators, the parts to repair something. Something breaks, we don't want to say we got a week to try to get it in. It's 3 months down the road, so I double order all the supplies, double order refrigerators, stoves. Somebody have a refrigerator problem, we can't fix it, but we do it, let's keep it in our home. Try to get them jump. Okay. So that's where we are. We do have a high vacancy, as you saw in the ward.
Yes.
We're trying to help eliminate the relocation process. So
Okay.
that's the purpose of that. Okay. Husband in my back, because nationally they're saying they want people housed. They're saying, why do I have the vacant units? But we kind of catch 22.
Okay.
In a small town trying to get 100-some people moved. Yeah. Any more questions? Be brief.
On Friday night, I was at an event at Smith Robinson Museum, and it was dealing with freedom houses in Mississippi. I didn't know there were so many, but when they went through and assessed all the freedom houses in Mississippi, Canton's Freedom House was ranked number 1. We have one of the best in the state of Mississippi. So the question came up, what else is going on in the city of Canton? I brought up the Joe Pritchard Home project, just to let them know that the historical impact that was once there, it will be coming back once this new project goes up, either by signage or one building may not be touched. Don't know. And I know the significance of that is where Fannie Lou Randall was living when she was visiting Canton. Mm-hmm. So I just want to let you know that your name was mentioned, and also to this board. The Freedom House owning operator, Mr. Glenn Cotton, is featured in a magazine called Elevation, which is going to be good for the city. I'm going over to the Madison County Journal, so this particular bio can be put into that particular magazine. So when people ask what's going on in the city of Canton, we know the negativity is out there. We're going to fix that, I hope. And not hope equals to faith, so I believe that. And with the other things that are going forward, there are great things going on in the city, and I hope that each one of us will be the piper to say what the great things are as opposed to the negative things they see and hear on the news. So I gave you your accolades on Friday night, and what I said to you yesterday about having a golden touch, I said the same thing Friday night, because I think everything that you touched in the city as far as rehabilitation has been a Midas touch to it, and it comes out golden, and we appreciate that.
And like I said, we got the fence fixed and property down the road. You got to know about that fence being torn up on that. One we rehab for the old, that Friars Lane property.
Yeah.
That fence was torn up for a while, and I think it got it fixed. I've been saying we got the fence fixed. We've been having issue finding maintenance staff over there. We have the same problem. But we're trying to make sure we're still, even though we're owners, but we've got a property management firm, you know what I'm saying? We told the community that this was gonna stay up to nice, and we can't have ragged fence and those kind of things, so I've been on top of that. Any other questions?
And one more thing, Mayor, Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yes, sir.
There was mentioned last night about the possibility of putting an exploratory committee together. With these dilapidated apartment complexes, we do know what the Canton Housing Authority has done in the past, and it seems like they are on a road to fixing what's been broken for so long. I hope we can get to that particular point, or allow Mr. Beasley to do it. But I think to some degree, we need to have something going forward to prevent what's going on over in Canton Gardens Park. Thanks. Hey,
How are y'all doing? So I think I've been officially working for y'all for about a month, and I have found out some exciting things. That's, let me turn to that page. I want to kind of give y'all an update for today. So,
But
you
before
know.
you get started, what's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry, Donnie Owl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm community projects and grants.
Oh, we hadn't seen you since we hired you, so yeah. Yeah, okay, I know who you are. Yes, I was great.
I covered my grade.
Okay, oh, you colored your grade, I got you, yeah. I'm colored mine. Okay, Alan Davis, I know you got something.
So, one of the key projects that we've talked about is revitalization of the storefronts downtown, especially on the west side, to get the directions right. So, my first job, I felt like, was exploring where are we getting that money to do that. We're going to find that money. Rural development is a good option, but here's what I've learned about rural development. They've got community facilities grant. That's $50,000 or less. That's not a good project for us. But that is something you might want to look into, because, or especially out, where'd you go? Out of it, because it'll cover equipment and that sort of thing. The other pot of money that they have is water and waste. Have y'all gotten their grants for water and waste?
Water and waste. We
Sure.
have gotten, infrastructure grants, I don't know if that come under, does that come under water and waste, Gary? What she is suggesting is that this is a separate grant that she is talking about.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
That's kind of what you said.
Well, rural development, their water and waste grant, is that something Canton has applied for before? Do you know?
No.
No, okay. Okay, and the other one is a rural business grant, which is one I think we really should apply for. It's not open until January, but what that would do is provide us money to do a feasibility study on that section to revitalize and look at other options for that section, such as possible housing or workforce development or a business incubator and that sort of thing. So that's something I feel real strong that we need to apply for in January. And that's more of just a how you're going to get there study type grant. But I think it would be very important for the process. The biggest thing that I learned from that meeting is the big chunks of money are coming through congressional direct spending. And that's brand new for rural development. They have only been doing that for about 3 years now, he said. So what that means is putting together a proposal, going to your congressman, presenting it. But in order for us to be prepared to put together this proposal, we need visuals, we need designs, we need all of these little pieces of the puzzle to take to any congressperson that's there. But that's where the big chunk of money for rural development is coming from now. And it seemed like that a lot of their other grants, and Canton is rated at 33%. That means any grant that, well, not all of them. Some of the grants that you get from rural development, you have to match by 33%. On the congressional spending money, you do not have to match that. So that is a pot of money we should go in and apply for the feasibility study and then use that to get, to ask for congressional spending. One of the things I wanted to mention to you, I have done a very similar project before, but it was in a town named Mount Bayou. Is anybody familiar with Mount Bayou? We went in and did a revitalization plan for them. And we even did storefronts. And in order to get these done, and I'll pass these around. In order to get these documents, we made it a project that the landscape architects and the architects from Mississippi State to participate in this project, so we didn't have to pay them for the work. So, that might possibly be an option for us to get our plans together to present on a national level. So, that's rural development. Any questions on that?
I just have one comment, and that is that the worst part of the the area from the railroad track down to Union Street. Of course, that entire area has to be revitalized, but that would be the main area. And of course, in the revitalization of that area, there are terrible buildings that are basically falling. And I would imagine you would have to have a structural engineer to determine whether that building has any kind of merit. One is the Gowdy building, and the other one, what's the other one across, right across from, Rob?
Green Hardware.
Yeah, who said that? Yeah, that hardware place. And then the other one is where the guy ran into the building. Yeah, and so the question is, in this process, whether or not I know these grants allow for facade and front and back and aesthetics and sidewalks and pavers and red bricks and making it real pretty. What I'm trying to take a look at is whether or not these grants may have some kind of applicability to those old buildings that might tilt over at any time. And I recognize that, you would have to have a structural engineer. And not all of those buildings are in the historic district, but I'm thinking that as we try to resurrect and revitalize and beautify that area, that those buildings would have to be kept in mind.
Well, and I think that's part of the component of, we're gonna need that information, so I think a feasibility study, and we're gonna need money for that to determine which buildings that we can save, and which buildings need what, and, all the engineering aspects of it. So that's what the feasibility study would be, is, what do we wanna do with it? What are the details related to it? And, but, that's just one option. One of the, but I hear what you're saying, because I know some of the buildings have been here quite a while.
Oh, yeah, they have. Looked like since 1836.
But I think it's really important, y'all's mission to revitalize that area is very, very important, because that's the entrance to the city. And I feel like that's just really a focal point, and it's got a lot of charm and character, and I really, think it's fascinating. And attract a lot of people to Canton.
I want to ask you a question, just ask a question. If you don't know, you don't know, and that is some kind of a estimation of a feasibility study for that area, from the railroad track to Union, where we're trying to focus on the stars.
That is something I probably couldn't put a figure on,
Okay.
because we would have to put that together and look at it.
All right.
But I don't, the $50,000 is not gonna do it.
Okay.
So, that's why that other grant just really doesn't fit for what we're trying to accomplish. But it might fit for some other things, so, but I think that we definitely need to put this feasibility study together. And they do, in that grant, they do ask for specific things. So if we want to pursue those, we'll have to get all that documentation together.
Okay.
So it might be good if y'all got a city engineer or city planner or any of these other components, for me to kind of work with them as a team to come up with this material that we're ready.
Okay.
But that comes available in January. And the way grants work, and I'm not sure that everybody's real familiar with that, you write, you put in a proposal, most of them have deadlines. Not many of them are open-ended, that they just are open always. Some of the rural development is, but not many of them. So you've got a deadline, you meet the deadline, and then the people that are deciding on that grant, you can kind of build a relationship with them and show them how sincere you are and that you're really, how you're committed to this project. That helps sometimes. but sometimes they'll take anywhere from 3 months to 6 months just to approve your proposal. So there's a lot in between that time that you can do. I've been, so far, I've put in 3 proposals for y'all through grants.gov. I talked to Kellogg Foundation today, and they've got a good deal. Have y'all ever got the Kellogg grant before? Yeah. Well, they give a good bit of money to Mississippi. So, what I like to do, you know, I can go on their website and fill out a grant application. But if I can actually have a one-on-one and sit down with the Kellogg representative from Mississippi, that tends to work a little bit better for me, because you can ask all your questions and get a little bit more information. So, and you have to qualify to even apply for those. So I went ahead and submitted that information so that we can at least start that process. Now, Kellogg is not a government grant, it's a private foundation. But they only fund, I think about 4 places. Chicago, Mississippi, and I can't name the other 2. But they do not fund every state in the country. So that's a pretty good shot at that as well.
So what are the requirements for a Kellogg grant? I hear a lot that they do in education.
Well, you do not necessarily have to provide a match for that. They do want things, community activities and programs that improve the quality of children, of young adults, and that sort of thing. So it's not limited to that, but that's something they really like to focus on. One of the big things I've seen them fund over the years is teaching people how to grow food. Mm-hmm. And we all know that food is skyrocketing, and that's not going to change. That's going to continue. But that's kind of the whole concept.
Yeah, you're right, because even in Chicago, on some of the taller buildings, they got gardens on top of the buildings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I know they had a big hand in what took place with green space and all that at the notorious Caprini Green apartment complex. Yeah. So that's pretty neat.
But under rural development, I think we ought to go for the feasibility study, the money to do that. Bring in our team, team of experts, and get that turned in. And then use some of that information either, we could go in and do some preliminary information like you just saw in Mount Bayou to ask for congressional spending, or we could wait and obtain that feasibility study and then go. But the money for the study is not available until, I wrote that down, February. Okay. So even if we turn it in January and we find that we have it in February, then that's going to be, I would suggest that we go ahead and start putting together enough good information that we can take it to the congressional level. And then if they send us back to the feasibility study, so be it. But I think we can put enough of this kind of information together of what it looks like now, what it could look like, and those sort of things, fairly inexpensively, fairly easy. So that might be, you might want to put together a team to kind of do that, because I know we need to go in there and look very professional and with details. So that's rural development. I talked with the people at the Mississippi Department of Archives and History. They have something called Certified Local Government Program. Anybody familiar with that? Okay, it has to do with your historic commission. And I really don't know y'all's status with the historic commission, but they have guidelines that they give these commissions, and I'm not sure which one it is that they're working with, that you have to do certain kind of reporting. And in order for, well, let me just read this statement to you. What's the benefit of becoming a certified local government? You can apply for grants. Basically, is what it says. And
but we have 2.
Yeah. And see, I put in a call. I don't know which one this is related to.
Bob Montgomery, Attorney Bob Montgomery, is our Canton, Madison County Historical Society. Mm-hmm. Mr. Riddell, that Historic Preservation Commission, those members are appointed by the city.
But that's the one he's talking about.
That's the one he's talking about.
So,
And we don't have a CLG, I don't think, to get one.
okay, so they need to communicate with the Department of Archives and History and get on board with whatever the certification requirements are.
Okay.
In order for us to apply to, Archives and History. Now, he did mention there was another organization, but I gotta investigate that a little bit more, Mississippi Main Street. Their grants are tiny, and I don't really know what's required of the city to become a Mississippi Main Street, so I'll investigate that a little bit more, before, and, come tell you about it before, because.
It's at different levels.
Yes.
The highest level is $20,000.
Yes.
The
highest.
The 5,000,
So-
so it's looking to get a lot of money in that investment.
Well, what I'm thinking too is if you enroll in that, then you're required to do certain things, and that's probably gonna cost the city more than that $20,000.
Okay.
So I don't know, let me investigate
All
that.
right, that's fine.
But he did mention that would be a benefit to getting their grants. NRCS, I met one-on-one with Mr. Rivas, and we talked about developing an urban farm school in Canton. So I'm putting together a draft proposal that I thought once I get it together, I'll bring it out. His grants do not require matches. So it would be a really good opportunity to put in a community garden. Work with maybe some partners in the community to oversee that so that it doesn't go on Alvin's plate. Is he still here? I think that would be a really good thing for Canton for a lot of different reasons, and we can talk about that later if you want to. DEQ, I talked with DEQ the other day, and I've done quite a few projects with DEQ on stormwater management. And I mentioned to them, that little pet project that I love that I've mentioned to y'all several times, the garden. So the Japanese gardens are mostly water.
Okay.
So like in Madison, we did stormwater detention, we put neighborhoods around it, and it was beautiful. But this would be even more beautiful because it would be stormwater retention with gardens around it. And it's a profitable garden for the city. So that's why I call DEQ, because they give the money for stormwater management, but they're one of the ones that give money for stormwater management. So I feel like we've got a really good chance at going after that money for stormwater. So location-wise, I mean, that's something that would have to be ironed out, but I don't have to put all of that in there and lock us into a corner just to apply for it. We can kind of leave it open-ended. So with DEQ, we have to go through a registration process on all of the financial aspects of it. So have y'all ever gotten a grant from DEQ? Well, whoever worked on that, we'd have a conversation with you, thought we can make sure that we got all of our T's crossed before we go to them for money. Now, I did look up, while y'all were talking about tires, I did look that up, I was sitting up there. There is a grant that's available that is due by April the 1st for the tire recycling program. But there was something else interesting that popped up. Profitability of recycling tires is quite high. And it's like making products like for playgrounds and, the mulch and that kind of thing. It would be great. And so I just looked it up because it came up in the topic tonight. If we could give y'all the equipment that it takes to recycle tires, you could sell that product all over the metro area. Before I say too much, let me look into it. But if you think the tire problem is going to continue to be a problem for you, then that's an option. Chop them up, use them for playgrounds.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, using them for soccer fields and things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I get back with DEQ, I'll find out what that's all about. So let's see, archives in here, risk group development, NRCS, DQ, and Kellogg. EPA, I'm working on a grant for y'all right now with EPA called Healthy Communities. It's a complicated one. So I'll just keep working on that, but it's not due until November. So I did meet one-on-one with the Department of Fisheries, Wildlife, and Parks, and they have quite a few grants. Some of them we've missed the deadline for this year, but they're coming up again, and I brought a list of those. So those are ones that, you know, I don't know how competitive they are, but I feel like they would be easy for us to at least ask for. So, and one of the ladies, was it you, one of the clerks, sent me some additional information on that today. One of the things that I would recommend is maybe putting a team together. You know, not spending a lot of their time doing this, but just a team to kind of brainstorm on which direction we want to go. I don't have to have that, but that might kind of open up some opportunities. And the other thing I wasn't sure about that I was going to ask is, there's a lot, I've noticed, you know, I've lived here for so long, like 37 years, and I've noticed there's lots of different groups in Canton. And I don't know if they all, you know, network with each other and all that, but that might open some doors and provide us information that we might not be aware of. So if you've got any groups that you think that I should be talking to, let me know, because I really don't know the politics, and every town has that. And so I don't really know what that is here. So y'all will have to give me some direction on that as well. The other thing I would recommend is, I think, and this gentleman just said it a few minutes ago, letting people know the positive things happening in Canton. And I think you all showing a commitment to doing community projects, and all the projects you've done over the years, and including me, I think people need to know about that. I think they need, you know, it needs to be said, these are some of the things that we're pursuing for Canton. And it's not that we have to put a ton of information in it, but we can present what your wishes for the city are and show that you're taking action to make that happen. But it might, when somebody reads something like that in the newspaper, they might go, oh, we like that. Maybe we should contribute to that. You know, you never know when that door that you didn't know about was going to be open.
Yeah, yeah.
So, who's the best writer in town?
Writer.
For press releases. I think it's...
Kim Banks writes very well.
Okay.
You know, second job, that's it.
But I think a series of press releases, just letting the general public know that y'all are advancing Canton. And you know, and you're, you know, it's always a good thing to do that. So, questions?
Yes, thank you, Joe. In your presentation, you said you've already started some grants.
Yes, sir.
Applied?
Yes, sir.
Which ones have you applied for?
RCPP, which is Resource Conservation Partnership Program. And it is one that we do have to provide match, but not financial match. It can be a in-kind, so everybody know what that is. Like you track what the community's doing and you put a dollar value out. So that matches that grant. So it's a pretty good one. EPA, I'm working on that one now. NRCS, I did a draft 2-pager for that, for the urban farm school. We don't want to call it a community garden. Why do we not want to call it a community garden? I guess there's no money in that.
Okay.
We will find money to make one of those. We will find money to do an urban farm. So the way things kind of move in the grant business, here's the need, and the needs change. and how are we gonna fill those needs, so that the terms a lot of times change. But we did that one, and there was, a Department of Transportation one that we did. I met with Mr. Simmons and talked about doing wildflowers along the interstate. So we're kind of working on that.
Okay, and the reason I asked, is because most times, we normally require, you know, have the grant information so we can spread across our minutes, so we'll know what's expected of us, prior to, going out.
Yeah, and all of these grants, you're not committing to anything. We're just putting in the proposal. If it gets funded, then y'all get a chance to say, okay, we wanna do that, or we don't wanna do it. You see what I'm saying? So if it's ever a financial match, y'all gotta approve that first. So, because with the rural development stuff, from what I understood, they require 33% from y'all on financial match, not just in kind. In kind is easy. Most of the grants I've done in my career are in kind, and they're pretty easy. You just gotta track everything. But if it involves you actually having to provide a financial match, that's something that I wouldn't be comfortable writing that unless I got your approval first. Because, but you can always turn a grant down too. If you get one and they didn't meet exactly what you want it to be, then you can always, walk away from it. It's not a good idea, but,
Do any of those grants require like initiating resolution or anything?
No.
No.
No. And the foundation grants, I haven't really looked into a lot of those for y'all. I've worked with a lot of them over the years. Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, the list goes on and on. You mentioned one earlier, Kellogg, and who was the other one?
Could have been Gates.
Gates.
Bill and Melinda.
Okay, I'll look into that. That's not one I'm familiar with. And the other thing I can do, once I turn these in, I can print out we received your proposal and send it to you.
And then that would be spread across our minutes.
Yes, and then you know exactly which ones are applied for. And then the other thing to help you in that area, I've started a database of everybody that I've talked to, what we talked about, what their contact is. So, if you end up putting a grant team together or something, everybody has that information. Because in this, studying these different grants and stuff, I've got a lot of experience over the years, but I'm always learning new stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a moving target. It always changes. It's never the same. Things change with all of them. So it's always, learning what that is. On the, y'all let me know if you want me to pursue anything under archives and history, like helping the group, by giving a copy of this program. I've got a copy right here if anybody wants it. Or having them get in touch with archives and history to see what they need to do as far as paperwork.
That's what the CLG.
The CLG.
Okay.
Because I'm sure it was the Bob. He sent me a list of the members and Bob was on there, so I'm sure it's that one.
Okay.
Does everybody want a copy of that?
Can you email us a copy of that? After. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty much all I had, unless you have questions.
Any questions? No one has a question? Okay, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Oh, y'all was welcome.
And how do you spell your last name?
Like a Howell with a Y. Y'all, Y-O-W-E-L-L.
That's okay.
She's gonna live right here. And out of the all. Okay. Thank you so very much. Where are we now?
Let's go back to Mr. Davis and just,
Sir?
Mr.
Oh,
Davis.
you, Mr. Davis.
Mr. Court, yes.
What's the first?
This first one is motion that, we grant him, his request for approval to, do credit application with Rebel, hardware.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Say aye.
Gary Allen.
That's everybody.
Motion carried. What's the next?
This next item was, the request, to do trunk or treat on October the 31st.
Do we have a second?
Second, man.
All in favor?
Wells, aye.
Say aye.
That's why.
Gary Allen.
Motion carried.
His next request was, well, he said, he would like to, place cameras and signs, but we don't know what
Sure
that
did.
is. Yeah,
I think Alderman Banks, Attorney Banks was saying we might need a resolution. Is that what you
Just
said?
an ordinance, you
Ordinance,
got,
yeah.
you see the ordinance says already.
Okay.
And
all right, so we'll check that ordinance.
We'll need an ordinance.
Okay. His next request was, the city already has an agreement with, Enterprise and he would like to, purchase a small truck where CDL drivers can drive and help pick up, tires and small work.
Do we have a second?
What was it?
Yeah,
He didn't get,
price.
he didn't
Does it
get.
say contract price?
He didn't get.
Right.
It was Davis.
Okay.
You have to run to the lane. Oh, I mean, to the, run to the.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You would just put, gather the information, put it on for next meeting.
Yes. We'll
Come back.
come back to it, we can,
They come back.
he may come back. And, if everyone has a chance to look at the quotes, it said AC, but it says,
It's only for $17,000.
it says gas, install gas burners. That's what I'm saying.
On what?
Yeah.
Yeah, on all of them,
Yeah.
10-ton, gas, package system.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it said it was out of,
That, well, it's a HVAC on, the ones from Airside. It said furnace, but it also says HVAC. Stuff and all.
but in his description, he just says, he says 10-ton, 10-ton commercial system gas package, but, no, well, that
Well-
gas, Mr. Davis is explaining, because that package may include the heat and air, but, Mr. Mitchell just said, what?
But they all saying the same thing, but maybe it's different.
But in materials, he just says, 10-ton, gas furnace.
Which one is that?
Mr. Mitchell's,
The one on the driving of the master, it doesn't say.
right,
But
Bunch
Airs-
of management, yeah.
no, it's right.
Airside is very detailed.
And on, this guy here, he has a 10-ton commercial gas package and how he's going to install it.
Yeah, so outside, most people complete system, as you said, 5-year compressor, and 15-year on the, heat exchange,
It's
so.
change your warranty.
Right, so, look like they have their warranties, a little better than, Mr. Mitchell's. For like 8,
But that's the warranty on what now?
he said that's the warranty on the
Like heat exchange,
No,
what is that?
that's the heating portion of the system.
But they both have a 5-year warranty on the compressor. don't
Right,
they?
so that's the cooling part.
Yeah, they both have that,
Right.
and I don't know how long these exchanges last.
Right. And also, like I said, Mr. Mitchell, I don't see the cooling system.
The cooling system?
Right.
Yeah, it's got a cooling system.
The purchasing laws, these quotes has to be the exact same equipment.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it looks like Mitchell is different from Air South, and we can't say that we have two quotes. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kinda almost like a bid,
yeah.
so,
Correct me, I don't see that, the AC on Mr. Mitchell, I see.
Yeah.
He said gas furnace. So,
So what about the third?
Where's the
one?
AC on the Air South?
Yeah, so what about the environment master, which is the last page in Air South, are they compatible?
refrigerant renovation,
environment,
There's just not material.
HVAC,
it is not detailed, it just says 10-ton package, and gave the option of, training equipment versus, diet. He doesn't say, he doesn't break out, what he's used, but he's still higher than, they're still higher than the outside.
yeah, I wanna bring Alex back in and see what he recommends.
He's not in the building.
They not here, bidding,
Yeah,
is it, who has the lowest,
yeah,
Lowest and best. So,
the lowest and best bid?
yeah,
Yeah, let's-
we have a reason that you wanna go with the warranty that's still across your minutes.
yes. Let's just wait till we can tell you back, I mean.
Alright, and,
Oh, and the last one, Mayor, in turn, I motion that, he brings back, a detailed list of the equipment, trucks and things that are out of public works that they want to surplus, along with, an estimated cost, so we can make
Okay.
sure, that is fair, you know, that we do it fair when we, put those things out.
yeah, that,
In a detailed list of items he wants to surplus.
Right.
yeah, well, that's the way it
Well,
goes.
yeah, estimate what year it is, possibly, you know, make model, possibly what's wrong with it, I mean, may not be too much wrong with some of it, but, we need to know. But we don't want, just like I said, give away governmental equipment, when, if it's not a whole lot to be, repaired, we need to get our costs up, put it in use.
Is that the motion?
Yes, sir.
Keep
Yeah,
reading.
right, and bid number, yeah, make them all, and, so we have all that.
So you're not surplusing it, you wanna make sure you.
Right,
see it.
inventory,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes, yeah.
you have inventory.
Yeah.
Can you read that's the motion back up there?
Wells motion that, Mr. Davis bring a detailed list of the items he wants surplus, including make, model, VIN, and condition of
Right.
possible surplus items.
Yes. Without my circle.
Do you have a motion?
Yeah, that's my motion, man.
I'll
I mean,
say,
do you have a second, I'm sorry. You did a second.
I'll get a second.
All in favor?
Erica,
Well,
That's
Motion carried. With that said, the mayor will ask for a bundle of items 7 through 13. Please read all of those items. 7 through 13.
7, you said,
Yeah, you don't have to read them.
Oh,
They have it.
we read it. We read it.
I know about that.
Oh, yeah.
It is a read them all. Y'all have plenty of time to read them.
I read it, right. But I think we need to take, 7 and 8 out about until this discussion. I think sure y'all read those.
All right, let's make 7 and 8 out, so.
And do them individually.
All right, well, let's do them now.
Okay.
As it relates to item 7, do we have a motion?
have a question.
Because you have to remember that in this amendment, you're talking about salary.
Right.
I don't know if you wanna take this to the executive session.
Well, I know that salary cannot be, you gotta do that in open session. You can discuss it, we can discuss it.
All right, well, I mean, it is what it is, and of course, it's what amendment, I would have thought that Alderman Taylor would have fought for a higher fee. But I said he's not doing that. So that's it, to go with what you have.
We can say what the compensation is. You can say what the compensation is.
Well, it's written, the compensation is an ordinance.
Yeah, but.
It's not on the amount that we got to agree on.
Oh, yeah, oh.
That part is.
Okay, well,
The amount is
somebody
not on.
can give a compensation amount.
Well, I know,
I've been talking about this for about 5 years now.
I know what the mayor is proposing, and I would only fight for it if the mayor would agree today to tell us whether he's gonna run for mayor. That's the only way I fight for it. I think that's a pretty good deal, man.
I'm gonna abide by whatever the board comes up with.
The proposed compensation, for the mayor's salary is in this, if the amended ordinance would be from $60,000 to $85,000. That's what the compensation is.
With the understanding that could be reduced based on whatever the board wants to do.
Right. There can be no motion, man.
Well, maybe stay where we are. You can't hear a voice.
Like a motion.
I didn't make a motion, but not for that, man.
You could give us a motion.
I will make a motion, that the mayor's salary would be, 70, at least 70,000. Because we have the, and I'm gonna get my rationale behind saying that, we have department heads making more than the mayor. We have people that work on the department heads that make more than the mayor. And I just feel like, that is not justified for me. I think the mayor should be paid more than 60,000.
Is that a motion?
That's my motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Who said that?
Lewis said that. Taylor Lewis said that. What was it, 70?
I said that you said.
What was the motion?
Yeah, that's my motion.
I'll say it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Give me after.
Yeah.
Williams, aye.
Smith, aye.
Blind eye.
That's the next.
Some Taylor name.
Motion fails.
Okay, so we didn't try it.
So that fails, so let's go to the
May I
next
make
one.
a statement too?
Sure.
Since that vote has taken place.
Huh?
Since that vote has taken place,
Yeah.
we're not gonna revisit this, right?
No, that's
Okay,
it.
that's it. So.
Well, it can be revisited in June.
So,
Yeah.
so our mediation, okay, that was my point, because.
Well, hold on a second, she said, yeah, Ms. Banks is right. The board has a statutory authority to set a salary,
It's an ordinance.
and you set it as an ordinance. And so, if at some point in time, you want to change the salary of the mayor, regardless of who the mayor is, I propose to be that you can do that. I was trying to have two of my colleagues out. That didn't work.
Fred, Red, that's a good strategy. Don't give yourself an increase before your election. Don't do that.
All right, what's next, Alderman Wells?
The amended ordinance for, Alderman compensation. And the request was, let's see.
30.
Yeah, 30 from 23,000, no, it ain't 23.
It was 30.
Yeah, from 23,000 to 30,000.
Is that a motion you're making, or you just reading?
I'm just reading.
Do we have a motion? One.
What was the motion?
No motion is, the amended ordinance that take the, alderman salary from 23,000 to 30,000.
No, y'all know I'm gonna veto that, so.
And you got a motion yet, man?
I don't care.
The clock is, you see it count on the clock, man?
I ain't voting for that.
Yeah.
All right, so who did the motion?
Nobody.
That's two. Do we have a motion? Three. The motion fails. Okay, let's go from 9 to 13. Do we have a motion? Sir?
What number we on?
9 to 13. It's real simple.
I'd like to make a motion, Mayor, that we, consider, vote, the, from 9 to 13.
Well, keep in mind that 9 has no responses to the, grass cutting, request.
To re-advertise.
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 Okay.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion, do we have a second on 9 through 13?
I second, man.
All in favor?
Can I ask one?
Yes, ma'am.
Chief, are you okay with that, those times on that? Did you talk to Ms. Watts on that?
No, ma'am, I hadn't talked to Ms. Watts.
On the what, ma'am?
They used to bring it, it was a question about the time.
Is that something that you would
Relevant to what?
Yeah, we got, in reference to, you know, 13, she wanted it to be at 1 o'clock.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. on Saturday, you know, the daytime. You know, that's a busy time around downtown. That is real busy, so we probably look at another time frame. And then I don't know what bands are coming for a parade, because it's in there about a parade, so I don't know what bands are coming.
Yeah. Well,
So I need to speak to her on that, about what bands are coming, and I know they want to go around the square, but that's a busy time of day.
Saturday.
That's Saturday evening.
Any comments?
So let's remove 13 until he can get an understanding.
Okay, she needs to know this by the 26th.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I would definitely speak to her tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just let y'all know that we just need to have a conversation on that.
And who's committed? You like to cut you with band is committed already.
It's committed and all, and that parade around the square there, for 1 o'clock and
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, and that's, I know a lot of people be on the square around that time.
Right. Okay. So what will be a good time?
It was saying evening, like, what's it say, 4 o'clock maybe?
Yeah. When people start leaving, maybe about 4.
Yeah, the square closes up at 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4.
I don't know if they won't change for the
Oh, she does change.
Yes.
When the same thing.
It does change until November.
November, yeah.
Yeah, but it's already dark.
It's
fall.
Yeah, it's at 6 o'clock.
Falls back. Okay. All right, Chief. we'll
Yeah.
hear from you.
Okay, so I'd like to remove my motion, Mayor, and restate. I'd like to restate the motion from, my motion now would be from 9 to 12.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
That's why.
Well, line.
You know.
In favor.
Motion carried. Let me ask, Wagon Engineering a question. Are you all are not making a presentation today, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, well, in that case, the mayor will ask for a vote on item 14 through 21. After everyone has read the item.
Yeah, that's not on here.
expire
What item is that,
20 and 21.
ma'am?
20 and 21.
2021. Are they what now?
What department? It's not listed.
Oh, yes, fire department, I'm sorry.
This is fire.
Yes,
This coming out of the fire department money?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think they pay for outright part payments.
Ma'am?
They pay for outright.
She said it's lease.
They're cheap, back.
Let's lease on the right first.
Yes,
Yes.
It's how long,
and the, 4x4.
We budget for all of the approved.
No, we asking the question, is this an outright purchase or is this a lease purchase?
The will of the board?
The will of the board. Can you afford to outright purchase it? It's $106,000.
No, sir.
So you want to lease it?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Can I say something here?
All of them.
Because, you know, it depends on the value of the fund, because most of our tax revenue is gonna come in until January, some of the stuff coming in.
But do you have these funds already?
Availability of the fund, I mean, like.
You don't have them already?
No, sir. Availability of funds.
We need to attach that to the motion. Predication upon the availability of funds.
Purchase on building funds for outright purchase or lease?
I think he said lease.
He said lease purchase, but I think your desire was outright purchase. Yeah, we'll save on a lot of finance.
Right,
yeah.
Okay, then, so that means when you get $101,000 in your account, then it can be purchased, that's what he's saying. You understand what I'm saying, Alvin Wells?
Right.
When he accumulates 100 and,
People are doing that because he was always
Right, yeah.
But when he accumulates a substantial amount over and above that amount,
Yeah.
then people will be looking.
it's gonna be about 107,000.
That'd be next year, so, you know, he's looking to, again, when they do budgets, not all departments generate that kind of money, and so, it has to come from the general fund. I mean, there's no way, he'll be another 5 years, where he'll be walking to fire, so we need to,
This is walking.
yeah, if you walk into the fire, so I think you just need to, and go to your farm. Yeah.
But that would be lease though. I mean, to lease, to use the general funds, our general funds, or their funds?
Our general fund. I think, you know, get cheap one now and then, as money come in, get the next one.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if we use all the ones, get them both now.
Well, how, so,
We got a few months to.
Yeah, we gotta spend.
I believe it's 2 people got.
so what kind of cash reserve you 2 million? I thought y'all had a cash reserve somewhere.
Fire rebate fund.
Yeah, that's for trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
They need some fire trucks,
Yeah.
rescue trucks and stuff like that.
Okay.
my motion is go ahead and get, let's go ahead and get those vehicles and move on to something else. Cause it's not going to ever get.
I say the motion.
What is the motion?
Well,
But it's-
the motion was the entire bundle.
Right.
Okay, then.
Okay.
We had discussion on it.
That's all right, give me a motion.
That was items, 14 through 21.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my motion.
Do I have any?
Do we have a second?
All in favor, second.
All in favor?
Got that ready. Clerk, James,
Do I have a word corrected, so?
We have a motion on item 14 through 21.
So does that include the word paid outright or not outright or?
Yes, purchase, right?
That's right, not, then purchase, not lease.
Right.
Okay, so it's word, okay.
Purchase for the, yeah, you're right.
And my unwritten, Mayor, we didn't, we haven't received a cost on, the additional amendment for Wagner. I thought we was gonna get that.
Additional amendment on what?
Yeah, you know, yesterday we talked about the zoning maps, and then we talked, the GIS, zoning map, and as well as, placing, the, ward, so each person will know what.
Oh, the cost for that?
Yes.
That's not on here though.
Oh, okay, that's not in.
No, that's not in 14 through 22.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Wait a minute.
It says
Number
amendment,
15.
15, it says amendment to provide service and development of street map with ward boundary. Do we have a cost on that, eliminated cost?
Yes, sir. Is the task order in your folder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's, it just, right,
But
it
it's
just
in
can't.
the task order.
That's the last thing.
How much is it? 13,000.
13,695.
13,695.
Okay. All right, does that include the print and all that,
Yes.
Okay.
All the bill on the screen in my chamber. After this meeting. All right.
My unreadiness is resolved.
All right.
All right.
All in favor?
Well,
Tim Taylor.
that's fine.
P&I.
Is that it? Motion carried. The mayor calls for approval of the consent agenda.
Now I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as documented.
Second was unread.
What are you in readiness?
The next chief can speak to us on number, 26, or someone had to pay for some oil. Chief Brown.
Yes, sir.
We need you to speak to this oil change, yeah, off the good. So who eventually paid for this oil change? Did Officer Good pay for it, or what happened?
Hey, drive horse, and that's the name of the company.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, if the fueling, malfunction, then he paid for it, but I wasn't aware, because like I said, we have
Right,
miscellaneous.
Right, that's what you said last time.
Yeah, a miscellaneous card there, I didn't get with him on that, cause I ain't know nothing about that.
So would you recommend we just remove that for now?
Yeah, we can remove it, and I'll
Okay.
let y'all know, when I let y'all know about the other thing.
So where did
Who
this
put it
come
on
from?
here?
I don't know, he must,
He brought
he
it.
brought the receipt to you?
It's in
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah, it says, estimate, not a receipt.
Oh, we're taking out 26. So it
So
would
we'll
be,
take it out, and I agree with you, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it out here, at this place?
no, this is in Madison.
it take 5 is the now.
That was on, according to the receipt, it was on Thursday at 3:29.
I'll take it.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
You want to reframe the motion?
All you want to restate that motion?
It's the same motion except for 26.
26.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the consent agenda excluding loan number 26.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
That's what I'm, well,
Blind. Tim Taylor.
P&I.
And motion carried.
He said that.
yeah.
He said that.
Yes,
He ain't said nothing.
Who said name, I'm sorry. The mayor will call for a motion to go into executive session.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session, man.
I'd like to second the motion.
All in favor?
Well,
Tim Taylor. Nay.
I'm going to,
George,
so you motion,
motion carried.
I'm going to go into executive session.
No,
So let me go on.
I won't stay it open because I want to say something else. Huh? Okay, we can, done? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.